Alright guys, welcome back. It's J-Dogs here, and Wish, she's over here doing some work too. And we are back on Attack of the B-Team. And I've been hard at work trying to get a bunch of this sorting stuff done. And I think I've got what I want to set up. So, here's what we got. As most of you know, we start out with this little chest with a hopper underneath. I've got the pressure plate to lock the hopper. So that nothing goes anywhere until I want it to. We've got this guy underneath here, the item transport pipes, along with this other one, the routed interface pipe, which is going to get this chip right here, the item extractor chip, put inside of it. And then we've got our setup downstairs, which I'm going to go ahead and go down there for a second. Let me get him into bat mode so it's a little easier to get up and down. We've finished our design for the downstairs. As you can see here, I did the lava nether brick blocks on the ground along with some ones on the side here. This is actually jungle wood that's been turned into like these log planks. And then this is chiseled limestone, I think. But yeah, it's just been chiseled along. Same thing with this one and this one. And then of course, as you can see, they're all on carpenter's blocks, so that I can be able to modify them, dye them if I get any ideas for that. These chests here, I did have regular chest here. You can see now that we have reinforced iron chest. That really took a lot of our iron supply, but because for each one it takes an iron block plus about like 4 ingots, I think it is. You can see the recipe here. Reinforced. Okay, there we go. So I was going to do lockers, but I decided on the reinforced iron chest. You can actually place them side by side, but I still decided to have the gap. But you can see it's got 4 iron ingots and an iron block plus some logs. But I decided to still have the gap so I could connect them like this, which is actually pretty decent. One day I may go ahead and extend this some and go ahead and put chests all along through here and then just route it differently when I make more of these interface pipes. They are a little expensive, but they're not too bad to make. But the reason I upgraded is you can see there's a bunch more storage space in these larger ones than there is in a regular chest. So I went ahead and upgraded those. As you can see, I've got the piping running along the back here so that it's kind of, you know, hidden away. You can see some dirt and stuff back there. I'm going to try to make that look nicer, find out some ways to spice it up a little bit and make it to where the pattern from the floor kind of continues back that way. I know there's panels and stuff that we could put over the top of these, but I think it still might not look right. So I think eventually what I'm going to do is make more of these routed interface pipes and make it to where I just take out maybe the back there, and then we would only have the back where it kind of shows instead of down here. I don't know. But anyways, we have that set up, and I'll go fly in here real quick, and you can see where it goes through here, comes down through here, and it connects. So we've got all these guys that are all connected up, and all we have to do first of all is and we made up this item extractor chip, which it'll work if we just put that in there by itself, but I went ahead and made this router utility. And with that, you can right click, and now we can take that chip, stick it in here, and now we can put upgrades in here and different things like that, which is what these things are: LX, LY, and LZ, and then we have RX, RY, and RZ. Now previously, the XYZ on the right side was kind of goofed up, and it would make more of the L ones. That is fixed now in the current version. And that is as of Thursday, May 29th, 2014, because I was able to go ahead and fix all that. So, or not fix it, I didn't fix it, but they were able to fix it. So we're going to go ahead, and so we've got that there. We're going to put in LX, LY, and LZ. I'm going to go ahead, oops, Why did Z not go in? Go. There we go. And then we want RX, RY, and RZ. And you'll notice now that that's going to speed up a bunch of this. Right now it says latency 0. If we install, now you see it says latency 99 and delay equals 100 minus the latency. So literally it's at like 1 now. And then on this side is the latency is 56, so it equals items equal 8 plus latency. So now it's going to take out a whole stack at a time instead of just a couple at a time. So now we can take that chip back out. We can right click this guy, and you'll see that it stuck the chip in its little interface here. And so now when we put anything up above, it'll go and like crazy, it'll go into our system, and we can start getting all sorted out and all kinds of good stuff. Now I believe you can also put these on other parts, but I'm not sure where they are supposed to go just yet. I do know that we need these item responder chips. One thing I forgot to tell you, and I did this on that other one too, before you put them in, you have to make sure that the filter mode is set where it says items are blacklisted. I know it's kind of covered up there. Can we do something here? No, of course not. Okay, so, okay, I was trying to get rid of this side over here, but you can kind of see it there. It says items are blacklisted. By default, it says items are whitelisted. You want to change that to blacklisted so that everything goes through instead of nothing going through, because this is your little interface here that says this is what we're going to whitelist if it was on the whitelist. So we want it on blacklist so that only the things that are in here would be blacklisted and not taken out, which is nothing, which means everything is able to come out of the chest. So we're going to go ahead and take these guys, and basically we need one of these in each one of these things, which is going to allow us to be taking things out. Boom, 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 and boom. So now you can see it's got that little item responder chip in there, and that'll say, okay, there's stuff here. We can take it in and take it out. So, and then this is the broadcaster chip that I guess it's meant to communicate with that to where it talks back and forth. And again, you want to set it to where it says items are blacklisted. So we've got those set to blacklist. And then we're going to go through again and just boom, 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 and boom. Okay, so we've got all these set up to where everything's able to be taken in and put out. Now we have one left, which is this routed request pipe. And that is the guy that's going to go up top that's going to allow us to do all this fancy stuff. So we're going to go over here, head up top, and as you can see, I've already got this dug out. That's why we had this back piece dug out. We want to take and put this piping, and this is just regular piping, the item transport pipe, which you guys will see that I replaced some of that routed interface pipe. I had everything routed interface down there originally. I didn't know that I could just make the right item transport pipe. So we do have some extras. We'll be able to hook more chests up eventually pretty quickly. But we want this to come around the top, and that's how that's going to be hooked up. Whoops, we just fell in the water. But we want to be able to do stuff with this, and so if you right click this, you'll see that it comes up with this blank screen. There's nothing here, and that's because there's nothing in the chest yet. So we need to put some stuff in the chest. So I'm just going to take like 25 of my planks, and you can see they're going out of the chest. If I stand here, they'll stop. Once I go to move, so that way I can say, you know, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to put quite all of those in there, and then let the rest of them go. And you can kind of see them whooshing out the bottom here. And so that's pretty cool. I don't know why it was still taking one at a time. I guess because it was not an entire stack of 64. That's the only thing I can think of. But now we can right click this little pipe up top here, and it'll tell us we have 18 wood planks in there. And so if we want all those back, we can tell it, you know, we want 1 or 2 or 3. If we want all of them back, we just click all, and then we hit submit. Alright, and here in a minute, it's going to go whoosh, and it just spits them right out at us. Now, where'd it go? I don't even see it. Did we get them? Did they go back in the system somehow? I think they somehow went back in the system. Oh yeah, they got sucked up by this, so... Okay, so I guess you have to actually stand here while they all get here. Yeah, so let's say all again, submit. So we actually have to stand here so they don't get sucked back into the system by accident. Okay, so now... Huh. Oh, there they are. Okay, so it takes a second or two. But basically it feeds it right back into this chest. You just open the chest and take out what you had in the first place. So yeah, that's how that goes. For some reason we're still ending up with some that are in there. Am I doing something wrong? Do we have some stuck in the hopper or something? No? No? Every time I open this up, okay, give me all of them, submit. So let's not move. Okay, I think that was all of it. So there should be 4. Okay, so that's 50. So that should be all of them. Okay, so let's try one more time. We're going to take 25, put them in, let them go, and you can see they just instantly go out pretty much. Now again, since it's not an entire stack of 64, it doesn't take the entire stack of 64. So there should be 25 in the system. Okay, so they're still updating, I think, to get all of them in there to sort it out just right. Yeah, you can see the numbers going up. It went from 11 to 16, 20, 21. Okay, so wait a few seconds. And oh, still 21. I know we put 25 in, so there should be 25 in there. Okay, what's going goofy here? Oh, it's just going extremely slow into there for some reason. I may have to use these upgrades on the ones that are downstairs, so I might have to make a bunch more of these, which these are not really expensive. If I hit R over the top, you can see that they take a null logic chip, which is pretty simple there. Then they take a nugget, which that one's not too bad, and then each upgraded one just takes the previous one plus lapis for the LY, and then the LZ or the RZ, both of them. The final one takes an emerald, so that's the only really expensive part. It just takes a lot of stuff, really. So let me go ahead. Now they should all, yeah, there we go. So we got all 25 there. So if we stand on this and we click that and we hit all, submit. So now they should whoosh back out. And whoosh. Alright, so it's gonna do them a little at a time. Okay, so there's more. 17, 25. Okay, so it takes a few seconds to get all of them. That might be something to do with the different chips that I've put in. Not quite sure on that. But, Hun, if you want to, we can sleep real quick. And Wish is going to be able to start putting stuff in and sorting things out for us. Oh, did you mess up again? Yeah, she's been trying to get the hang of this. Actually, it looks like there might not have been enough. Oh yeah, you took an ingot out. You just have to rebirth. Yeah, you just take the ingot and you put it back in, and it'll cook it down again. Yeah, you just stick that back in there. It'll cook it down, and you just put the rest of the liquid out. But for those that are wondering, there's been a few times when she's cooking these up, and she'll like get half of a casting bin on each one full of, you know, whatever ore. That it's a real simple fix for those that are wondering how to get that fixed. If you just make up like 3 of these fluid ducts. You can hook those to the front and then use your crescent hammer. I'll show you real quick so that you guys can kind of see that what I'm talking about. And you just need a lever for some redstone power, and all you do is you go bonk, bonk, bonk. You would disconnect this one like so. You would make that one go red, and that one would stay that way. And then you would just take this, flick it on, and it would boosh all the liquid over that way. It's not right now, of course, because there's nothing in there. But yeah, that's the real simple fix for that. If you ever accidentally, you know, get the same liquid but in 2 different casting bins or something like that. Oops, fell off the side here. But that's a real easy fix. So let's put this stuff back up, resort, and as you can see, I accidentally made up some extra upgrade pieces, a bunch of null logic upgrades, because I was just crafting them and did the shift click, and we ended up with a ton of them. So, but I do think that we may end up needing to put those downstairs too, so that may actually be a good thing. So now what we're going to end up doing is starting to throw all of our stuff from these chests into this one and just get it all sorted out to where we have all of our stuff in this system. The cool thing about this system is actually that, here, let me put this dirt back, is actually that we can run another one of these pipes with a request pipe on the end of it, you know, the hopper and the other piece underneath. We can run that little system that's up top here anywhere around where we're at. So I'm going to end up running one of these over to where Wish is, so that when she's over there, she can just dump it into the chest and take all of the stuff out that she needs. And then she's also going to have a separate storage. That's what she's going to use these leftover chests for that are up here. She's got a spot over here that she's made up in her attic of the barn here, and she's going to have her own little storage up there for like when she's doing a bunch of little pieces like this here, these little plank strips and stuff, so that we don't get the system clogged with a bunch of that. So that's where we're going to keep some of those things. And then once we rebuild the house here, I'm going to make a little spot where we can kind of put up like tools and things on the wall, so we don't stick them in here and they get lost or whatever. Oh, it looks like we need some more coal here pretty soon. And then, like I said, this system here also is going to get rebuilt. I think what I'm going to end up doing is down below here, I'm also going to have our source of power. And I'm going to need to make up some tanks, which I think the only kind of tanks, now this is for space, that's for making an actual tank. I did not know you could do that. But if you look here, that's the seared tanks. We can have these kind of tanks just to hold a bunch of liquid, which I might do, but I have to compare of how much this holds to how much one of these hold, because I know that I can make these rather easily. That's just that, you know, that one's the previous orange one, and then that one's the previous one from that, and it just takes hardened glass, which is fairly easy because we do have an induction smelter. This one's a little bit more difficult because it uses the enderium ingots, which I'm pretty sure you get that from, yeah, you have to get this enderium blend, which comes from tin and pulverized shiny metal and a resonant ender, which is ender eyes that have been magma crucibled. So yeah, there's a big process to get these larger ones here, but they do hold a lot more too. If you look, it says 64,000 as opposed to the 32, but the 32 is not bad either in my opinion. But we can have a bunch of those running into, instead of using the steam ones, we can use magma ones, and that can be a new power source, which the hardest part is those things there. The only way to fill them, as far as I know, is to use buckets. So you actually have to sit there and, you know, bucket by bucket and put it all in, and the larger ones are going to take a while to fill. So that may be something we use, I don't know, but I know we can then dump it into these tanks here. But as you can see, this right now only holds 16,000, what does it stand for? Millibuckets? I'm just going to say millibuckets because it sounds right to me. So yeah, so it only holds 16,000 as opposed to this tank that we can easily make that holds 32. Now this one here holds 16, which is the same amount of what we have there. So yeah, we can make something that's going to take up one block that holds double the amount, as opposed to, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we've got 10 blocks that are being taken up by this guy here. Now, of course, I don't think you can put the XP drains on those guys, but I'm pretty sure there'd be an easy way to hook one of those up to just a single tank and then have it drain into that possibly. So I'm not sure. But I'll have to fiddle with that here and there. But guys, I think that's the end of the episode. I'm going to look at to see what more of these upgrades can go into. If we can put those downstairs, that'll be really cool. Next time, I'm probably going to start breaking this down, which I think I'll go ahead and start now. But next time, I think we're going to be working on rebuilding the house and having a nice little place up here. Now that we've got our storage situated and everything is squared away, so we can start taking the house down and making ourselves a nice little place to where we're no longer living in these villager houses. Because eventually I want to take all these down and rebuild them and have a nice little place. This here I want to make look real nice, have this large dark building, put half slabs on the floor, and yeah, because this works really good, but I want it to be a lot bigger, to where we can have more bushes going. We get tons of ores, and she's been working on that for me, doing that kind of stuff. Oh, real quick before we end the episode, I also wanted to say we found some new trees. Some of them I can grow, some of them I can't, and this is probably full up again already. Nope, not quite. So I don't know why that's not chopping. Are we not chopping because we have no fuel? Oh, we have no fuel. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to toss some oak in here, and we're going to get going again with the fuel. But yeah, I found some new ones. One of them is the eucalyptus trees, which look pretty cool. And see, I can throw this in from up here now, and it'll just start doing its thing. But you can see here we've got eucalyptus, which does turn into a pinkish kind of wood. It's really weird looking. I also found... Yep, there, it's going slowly now. I also found... where is it? Hopseed saplings. But I found out that those only grow in extreme hills biomes, so I have to see if we have one around us, if we want some of those. Let me see. The palm saplings, they only grow, I believe, on sand. So we can grow some of those, but we'll have to change out our floor to sand while we do a bunch of that. And then I also have these guys over here. They're redwood. I think I need one more sapling because they have to grow 3 by 3, or they may not grow here. I'm not sure on that one. And then there's another one that I found. Where is it? I'm not sure where it is right this second, but there was another one that I found that something about they don't grow at all, or they're weird to grow. I do know the orange tree saplings, I haven't been able to get them to grow, and I might be wrong on the other one. It might be this palm tree that grows on sand. I'm not sure. I know it's one of these two grows on sand. So anyways, I think that's going to be the end of the episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. We've finally got our storage set up, and we can start sorting things out. And we can put all that stuff into here and just take it out as we need it. And then, yeah, I'm going to have, like, armor stands and weapon racks and all kinds of different things so that we can put our stuff up. Oh, yay! Okay, so we've got all kinds of stuff here. We definitely went through the iron when we made a lot of this stuff, so we're slowly getting more back. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. And if you have any suggestions for stuff for us to do, feel free to suggest it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys next week for another episode of Attack of the B-Team. Take it easy. Peace out.